Hello and welcome to the Team Afterburn Studios. I am Phil and I'm here to share what's new next month. And yes, I'm aware I need a tan. So our first exercise is going to be the dumbbell alternating front press, overhead front press. Now here, my elbows are away from my body. I don't want to be resting them because that's going to keep the load out of the shoulders. I want the load in the shoulders. I'm pressing straight up. I come back down, press up with the other one. It is important that you remember to keep your core tight. If you don't keep your core tight, you're gonna feel this in your back. I don't want you to strain the back, so make sure you keep the core tight. Anytime you have load out in front of you, make sure that core is tight. Now, our next exercise is going to be a progression from last month. So you're gonna use these rubber bands. Highly recommend that you put the rubber bands around the material on your legs so that it doesn't catch the hairs on your legs. Anyways, this is what we're gonna be doing. You're going to be doing a bridge hold. So you're gonna come up. Now, I wanna get my hips in alignment here. I don't want that sag in my hips. If you're standing, you'll notice you don't have a sag in your hips. Your hips are in line. I'm gonna use my glutes to ensure that the hips are in alignment, not my back. I should not feel this in my back. I wanna make sure my glutes are doing the activation to align the hips. Then, I'm going to do an abduction. So I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna open my legs as I'm in that position. Now, what you're gonna find in a natural tendency is to drop because this is going to be easier. But if you really wanna challenge those glutes, keep the hips up and widen those legs. This really activates the glutes. Now, if that's not enough, you can always add load to that. Again, hips stay up, I'm in alignment, and then I'm opening those legs. Really contracting those glute muscles. This really stimulates glute activation. Again, if that's too much, then you bend. If you can't get your hip alignment, then you add a little bend. You're still gonna work the glutes. They're just not gonna be worked quite as much. So that is exercise number 2. Exercise number 3 is going to be the Rip 60 front jump. So instead of doing jump squats, what you're going to do is several options. 1, squat, walk up, and walk back, squat. Or if you really want to challenge yourself, you're just going to tap. Now notice I'm just tapping. I'm not jumping up and then coming back down. I'm just tapping. Look at how deep I get in there though. I'm really utilizing those hips and I really want to make sure it's in the hips. I don't want to be pushing my hips forward. I want those hips back so the load stays in the hips and I utilize the hips. Again, all the way down, tap, all the way down, tap. All I'm doing is jumping forward, tapping. Minimal impact, almost no impact on that exercise. Again, you can walk forward and walk back and it really drives heart rate up. So next month, along with those, you're doing 2 exercises per muscle group in a row. So from this month where we only did single, you should be able to, what your goal is by the end of the month is to be able to get back to where you were when you were doing exercise, no 2 muscle groups in a row. Because you have more time under tension, it is gonna be a little bit harder. This is where we're starting to challenge ourselves. So you wanna try, at first, you may have to go down a little bit in weight on similar exercises, but your goal is to try to get back to the weight you were, if not even exceed that weight. So our muscle groups for next month are shoulders and chest, as well as legs and back. And that's what's new coming next month here at the Team Afterburn Studios, home of the 1,000 Calorie Burn, where we transform bodies, change lives, and we'll see you next month. This forces you to use nothing